this channel, we will not only show horror stories, but also drawings and many more things. Ghosts. Ghosts are not only confined to lonely places. You can feel them in metro city like Mumbai too. One of the chilling story of ghosts in Mumbai and its outskirts. The Varmas had just shifted to their new house in Nerul in Navi Mumbai. It was one of the independent row houses that almost missed being called a chawl. It is better off in the sense that it has its own garden area, but there are no borders adjoining the property, and the next house is almost 10 meters away. The house didn't have a bathroom inside the house. The bathroom and toilet were located just behind the house. To relieve oneself, one had to go outside, but the Varmas didn't mind. It was a huge improvement from the one-room chawl in neighboring Vashi, where they used to live with Jagdish Verma's parents. Jagdish was a salesman employed in a shoe factory in Chembur, a suburb of Mumbai city, and he was frequently out of the state on sales trips. During these periods, Jagdish and his wife Parvati would invite one of their female relatives to stay over with Parvati. They had many relatives living in nearby localities, so it didn't pose a problem when Jagdish would leave for his sales trips. Jagdish had purchased this house in Nerul after taking a loan from his office. The happiness he got from seeing Parvati's face when she stepped into their house for the first time was something that he would cherish all his life. He had named the new house Parvati Nivas after his beloved, and the couple were very happy in it. Some months later, Jagdish again had to leave for Pune for a day, and so the couple invited young Priyanka, Jagdish's niece, to stay over for the night. The two women got along well together. The age gap between them was just 5 years, with Parvati being the elder of the two. This time, too, they had a rollicking time, cracking jokes, telling each other stories about their childhood, and enjoying each other's company. After dinner, they retired to sleep. It was 1 a.m. in the night when Rohit Kumar, who used to live next door to Parvati Nivas, heard loud banging noises on his front door. Wondering who it was, he opened the door to find a profusely perspiring Priyanka in panic-stricken state. On seeing Rohit, she yelled hysterically, "Please come and see my aunt. She has been possessed." The words didn't immediately register in Rohit's mind, but when the gist of the words finally dawned on him, he was flabbergasted. How is that possible? Were the words that immediately sprung up in his mind. But looking at young Priyanka's panic-stricken face, He wisely didn't bring it up to his lips. Reaching inside the house for his shirt, he put it on and said, "Let's go over and see her." Both of them rushed over to Parvati Niwas, where the main door was slightly ajar. Rohit noticed that all the lights in the house were put off, and he remarked on this to Priyanka. Priyanka herself was perplexed. She had not put out the lights. When she had rushed to Rohit's house, the lights were on in the hallway. "It must be Parvati aunt," whispered Priyanka. They climbed the 2 stairs up to the main door. At once, Rohit felt very cold. It was as if he had entered a room which had its air conditioner on in full blast. He shivered and felt his way into the dark room up to where he guessed the light switch was. He switched on the light, and the immediate brilliance of the light emitted from the bulb temporarily blinded him for a moment. At that moment, Priyanka screamed. The scream gave Rohit the jitters, and his eyes grew accustomed to the bright light. He saw what was the most horrific scene of his life. It was straight out of a horror film.